Ye praised Hitler and spoke of going for the gays, lawsuit claims. A former employee sued the rapper formerly known as Kanye West, claiming a hostile work environment at Yeezy, his fashion brand, and Donda Academy, his private school. Why is he not institutionalized? Because he's wealthy and only for that reason. Ye, the rapper formerly known as Kanye West, was sued Tuesday by a former employee who accused him of discrimination and creating a hostile work environment by calling Adolf Hitler great, disparaging Jews, and saying that gay people are not true Christians. The lawsuit was filed in LA Superior Court by Trevor Phillips, who said he was hired in November 2022, around the time a series of anti-Semitic remarks publicly made by Ye lost the artist his major label record deal and put his businesses in jeopardy. Phillips was initially hired to oversee, quote, projects related to growing cotton, end quote, and other plants in an effort to make Yeezy, Ye's fashion brand, self-sustainable, the lawsuit said. What? And then went on to work for Donda Academy, Ye's private school in Southern California. Phillips' lawsuit claims Ye made anti-Semitic comments in front of staff members at Donda Academy, including, quote, the Jews are out to get me, and the Jews are stealing all my money. After Adidas ended its decade-long partnership with Ye over his public remarks, the lawsuit claimed the rapper told Phillips, the Jews are working with Adidas to freeze up my money to try to make me broke. The lawsuit claims that Ye treated black employees at Donda Academy, including Phillips, quote, considerably worse than white employees. You know, I have seen on Twitter every time Ye acts up again that there are a bunch of like black people on Twitter who are like, man, this sucks, but his music is still great. I wonder how openly anti-black Kanye has to be for them to turn. I knew he'd be racist. He has been extremely anti-black for years now. He literally said that he is on the side of white supremacists. He said that. He's just said that. He's not capable of coding his language. Yeah, he said slavery was a choice. And the I love Hitler quote, of course. Representatives for Ye and Donda Academy did not immediately respond to requests for comment on the lawsuit. Late last year, as he was preparing to release new music, Ye put out a statement written in Hebrew in which he apologized to the Jewish community for his remarks, writing, I deeply regret any pain I may have caused. His newest album, a collaboration with the R&B singer T.Y. Dolla $ign, called Vultures 1, has been a streaming success, giving Ye the 11th #1 album of his career. Most of the remarks that torpedoed Ye's corporate deals were made in public, including on social media and podcasts. In the lawsuit, Phillips describes comments he claims Ye made in public. It's Thai, goddammit lol. How the fuck would I know? The lawsuit says that during a conversation at the Nobu Hotel in Malibu, California, Ye said, mini F, YouTube. Ye said the Holocaust was fake, called Hitler great, adding, Hitler was an innovator. He invented so many things. He's the reason we have cars. That's true. But he made graduation. True. That's also true. In the same meeting, the lawsuit accuses Ye of making homophobic and anti-Semitic remarks, saying, yeah, I'm going for the gays. First the Jews, then the gays. The lawsuit contains a screenshot of a text message it claims Ye sent to Phillips taking issue with how he carried out a task. Quote, I am on some complete Hitler-level stuff, Ye says. Then adds, minus the gas chamber. This is, Dracula flow shit, you know? I'm on some complete Hitler-level stuff. Minus the gas. I love the Kanye Jewish doctor clip. This is unironically the funniest thing that anyone has ever said in history, man. Jesus Christ.
The thing about the red hat that drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
The arm fold, man. It's so unintentionally, because he doesn't know what he's doing anymore. He's lost. It's just, he's funny. God damn, man. Yeah, the moral of the story is take your lithium, exactly. The lawsuit took issue with Ye's conduct at Donda Academy, the school he founded. It claims that Ye told 2 children enrolled there that, quote, he wanted them to shave their heads, and he intended to put a jail at the school, and that they should be locked in cages. The staff quickly distracted the children, the lawsuit says, and escorted them out of the room. In the 2022 television interview, he said Donda Academy had more than 80 students and that its mission was to be a performing arts school, to be a design school, an architecture school, a farming school, an automotive engineering school, a computer hardware and software school, as well as to teach the gospel. So yeah, that's not the only lawsuit, by the way. I'm sorry, just in case you were wondering, where's the really good bit? Hold on. Kanye West allegedly did a Super Mario dance after threatening a staffer. Hold on. We can't miss this, okay? Rolling Stone's coverage of the LA Superior Court lawsuit states that Trevor Phillips, that's the guy from the previous suit, a former employee of Ye's Yeezy fashion brand, said his relationship with the rapper/entrepreneur had soured by May 2023 after West allegedly threw a temper tantrum and threatened to punch him. The lawsuit alleges the inciting incident was that West was unhappy with a garden Phillips was tending at Donda Academy. What did he have these people doing? This led to West allegedly screaming at Phillips in front of a crowd of people, saying he was, quote, fired. Phillips claims he attempted to plead his case and reminded West that his daughter and younger brother attended Donda and pointed to an undiagnosed medical condition he was reportedly suffering from. The suit claims West responded by pointing at Phillips and screaming, "F your neck," and then pointed at the school and said, "And your daughter, I don't give a fuck about none of that." West then allegedly attempted to pick up the garden Phillips was working on, but was too weak and out of shape to pick the entire display up, according to the lawsuit. The lawsuit then states West physically threatened Phillips, saying he was going to punch him in the face. Then the lawsuit describes a sudden shift in mood in which West imitated, quote, the celebratory dance of Mario from the famous video game Super Mario Bros. West, quote, jumped up, punching one fist in the air while he said, "I'm gonna give you one more chance, another life." He's pure. He's completely pure. He's like a perfect lunatic, untainted by reality. You know, bro was emoting. He's flawless. Village idiots are a social good when they aren't billionaires. Yeah, no kidding. Elsewhere in the suit, Phillips, who is black, alleges West would give preferential treatment to white employees. During his tenure, Phillips never witnessed West yell or berate a white person, but on countless occasions he saw and or personally experienced Kanye frenziedly yell at black people. Shave kids' heads, praised Adolf Hitler. Gay people are controlled by Bill Gates, so they don't have children for population control. Did the internet make him like this? The internet has influenced the direction that he's taken, but his brain is broken. It actually is that simple in his case. He just has PTSD and bipolar disorder, very bad bipolar disorder, it seems, and he's unmedicated, and that's it. You know, it's just brain broke, actually sick in the head. If he was committed and they just pumped him full of lithium and he spent the rest of his life in you know, like getting treatment against his will, that would probably actually be, like, in a broader social sense, the more moral thing to do, you know, than what's happening here. It's really just the fact that he's a billionaire that keeps that from happening, you know? If it wasn't for that, he would have been kicked out of his job years ago. You know, his family wouldn't be able to take care of him. Likely drugs too. Yeah, probably. We just need someone to stalk him with a tranq dart, you know? He'd be that one crazy guy in the street, Vosh. You know, there is, in a way, something very humanizing about this, because now whenever you pass by some lunatic homeless person on the street, you can think, holy shit, if that guy had had a different startup, a different set of circumstances to begin with, he could have made graduation. I'm not joking. That sounds like a joke, but I really mean it. That even the most depraved lunatics that you see, like, you know, even underneath that, there is potential for like some pretty, you know, remarkable talent under the right circumstances, you know, better treatment or whatever else. Yeah, you see a crazy homeless guy in the street and you think, man, that guy could have been a Nazi too. While spending time at Donda Academy, Phillips claimed that Ye began spreading anti-Semitism in school meetings, including in front of some students. Other inappropriate commentary allegedly included Ye saying that he, quote, only likes to date white women. Man, I genuinely, how has this guy not gotten disavowed by the black community yet? Really asking, like, Jesus Christ. But, like, of course, right, he's racist. And telling employees that no one could be fat, otherwise they'd be fired. He also boasted that he spent $2 million of the school's budget to splash out on a trip to Paris. At some point, Phillips said Ye had hotel staff come to the room, put on 2022's The Batman, with the two men watching the movie on mute in silence. Wretched vibes. While lying flat in the bed, Phillips claimed that Ye began to make slow up and down motions with his hand just above his genitals as though he was masturbating and talking about his sex life, according to the lawsuit. The rapper then FaceTimed a woman and instructed her to wear lingerie and shoes he bought for her. Simp. Phillips immediately recognized the female's name because only a few weeks earlier, while at the Yeezy headquarters, the suit continues, Kanye had flaunted nude pictures of her to many of the Yeezy staff members. He's a lot like Trump. Narcissists and megalomaniacs, there's a lot of overlapping there, you know? Can you imagine being Kanye West, a billionaire who could literally anyone that he wanted? Literally anything. There are no limits. And you're still bragging about nudes you're getting? Well, she could you for the right price, you know. He did make a graduation. This isn't the only lawsuit. I think this is just the best. Vosh, he was publicly pouting, or so he was pouting publicly on IG about not getting model pussy enough a while back, so apparently he's too insane to or was. Yeah, I guess. It's kind of crazy to imagine that somebody with the clout that Kanye has, even now, could be so crazy that he would put people off, you know? It's just wild to think. I like, he's so gone. Who would win? Trump, Ye, JKR, Elon? Well, I will say this. Elon and Kanye have both whined about not getting laid recently. So that leaves Trump and JKR for the alpha male, like, final competitors. To me, personally, Trump is the obvious alpha male of the group, you know? He's an insecure, megalomaniacal narcissist, yes. But he's self-aware in being funny, at least in some respects, you know, like he has some degree of self-awareness, which is not something you can say about Elon or Kanye West. He's nowhere near as pathetic as Elon or Kanye West, and he doesn't sound like he's dying the same way that JKR does. So I think Trump wins the alpha male off, you know? Trump is having sex because he's raping? Exactly! That's what Trump has going for him. He's a rapist. Can we agree that proudly showing off nude pictures of women is peak virgin energy? Man, leaving aside the violation of the consent of the woman, right? Like putting that minor issue to the side, you know, being not in high school anymore, there'd have to be something pretty magical about those nudes to even think, wow, I gotta show the boys off. What exactly? She's really hot? Okay, I'm really sorry, but it's 2024. You know, you can boot up Grindr and find, like, you know, stunning baddies all across. Like, the future is now. The average peasant doesn't have, you know, goat shit on their hands all the time, you know? There would have to be something pretty magical about those nudes, you know? What if she had a lightning scar across her body? Showing off the nudes that you've been sent because she has, like, sick-ass Guy Fieri flame tats across her upper thighs and arms, you know? So she looks really rad. Just being like, yo, dude! And, like, everyone else like, oh my God! You know, like, really, really sharing the love there. That'd be based. Yeah, that's some boys being boys stuff right there. The only thing left is to come out that Kanye is a pedophile. I wouldn't be remotely surprised. I'm actually going to potentially, you know, make myself look like a fool in the future and say I don't think that he is, because if he was, he would have admitted to it already. No, I really believe that. I genuinely think that he would have gone on a podcast and he would have just been like, you know, and the Jews are coming after me because they keep lying and they say that 14-year-olds aren't fertile, or some shit like that, you know? I genuinely think he would have. And also, in fairness, you see the women that he clearly likes. He likes very voluptuous women, right? I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe he's the one non-pedophile billionaire. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts going for 17-year-old girlfriends because they're easier to control. Maybe, but if you have that much money and power, like, everyone's kind of easy to control. No, maybe not for him. I don't know if he's self-aware enough to control anyone. It just looks like he's being taken advantage of by other people, right? Like, the girls that are him are definitely just on the line for, like, clothing or whatever, like whatever gifts he gives them. Nick Fuentes and Milo Yiannopoulos were able to take him for a ride, tanking his reputation in exchange for a glimpse of clout. I don't know if he's capable. I would actually say that, like, there is a greater risk of him being the one being abused in a relationship than anyone else. Okay, Physical abuse, he's more the risk. He's clearly a lunatic. He's unhinged, blah, blah, blah. But like long-term exploitation and psychological abuse, he is so mentally unwell. It's very possible that like just any like remotely manipulative woman. I don't know, man. He's cooked, He'd be really susceptible to gaslighting. Oh, you could tell him anything if you said that the Jews did it. You know what I mean? Like you'd wreck one of his cars and be like, yeah, this guy with like a kippah like ran and like I got scared and he took the car and he drove it into this lamppost. It was his Jewish car mechanic. The Jews ate all the ice cream in the freezer. It's funny. It's just really sad, I've never really given a shit about Kanye. Obviously, I'm not really a music guy, and the only album of his that I've listened to is My Dark, Twisted, Beautiful, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, whatever. And it was pretty good, It's not the best music, which is the Super Meat Boy OST, but it was pretty good, But I understand why so many people like him. I mean, I understand why so many people have an attachment to him. I feel like I didn't have much to add to this apart from just reading the articles, but sometimes what can you do, right? Like, what, Yeah, Mr. Slynn, I'm not defending him. I'm just saying, like, I understand getting attached to people based on their artistry. Like, for example, I really hope these rumors aren't total bullshit, so I'm just going to say I heard someone say this, and I don't know if it's true or not because I haven't followed up on it. But just yesterday, I saw people claiming that the English voice actor for Kim Kitsuragi from Disco Elysium was doing the voice to like weird harassy comments on like Chinese Twitter or something. I don't know the details. I only saw a bit of it. I would have to follow up on it. But if it turned out that the VA for Kim Kitsuragi did anything bad, I would end it all in a video game. So, just I understand a little bit. In Disco Elysium.